Happy Halloween, everyone. Kevin here. For many teachers who are making their exit from the profession, I have been seeing a recurring worry, and one I have been meaning to cover. The question of, will I experience ageism leaving teaching? Unfortunately, this is an extremely valid concern, because many people leaving education are middle-aged, or maybe a little older. Even though they are absolutely sure that they need to get out, they fear they will be judged by their age and the old "I have never done anything else" feeling. Now, I won't lie to you. You may and probably will experience this. What I want to focus on here, though, is that just because you feel like you won't be taken seriously doesn't mean you won't be. When it comes down to it, companies just want the best person for the job, and the good companies that you would actually want to work for wouldn't judge you for your age in the first place. There are things that you can do to mitigate the possibility of this happening, though, both during and after the interview process. If you are really concerned about this, let me give you a handful of tips. Number one, don't put the calendar years of your experience in your resume, just the jobs, the descriptions of what you accomplished at those jobs, and how long you worked there. Same goes for education experience as well. I already mentioned this in an earlier episode, but it bared repeating. Number two, that being said, never hide your previous experience. Be completely honest about where you have been and where you want to be. Explain why your years of experience mattered in teaching and how they will be applying in your new career. As a bonus, mention things you have learned over those years that a younger worker right out of college or high school may not understand yet. Life experiences can really be the shining beacon on your resume and in interviews, so don't forget that. Number three, show how you are a team player and have great collaboration skills. Companies ultimately want someone who will fit with their existing lines of business and who can work well with others, even if you are going to be remote. Provide specific scenarios where you have worked with people of all ages, something that teachers clearly excelled at. So even though ageism will exist, this will help put an interviewer at ease and may even see it as a strength. And number four, showcase your personality. No one wants to be around a fake coworker. In interviews, talk about things you like and don't like. I have mentioned before how I really showed my background and interest in one interview where the hiring manager and I went off on a long tangent about our shared enjoyment of military history. A strong and effective personality that connects with your interviewer can really overcome a lot of lingering stereotyping that takes place. Finally, number five. A few episodes ago, I said how you should have a story to tell, and the same advice applies here as well. If you have been around the block a few times, you most assuredly have stories where you overcame hardships, disagreements with coworkers, resolved misunderstandings with stakeholders, etc. Just because you were a teacher for a couple of decades doesn't mean that those stories don't still relate outside of the profession. I'm sure you had creative differences with other teachers and administrators you dealt with fairly often. Stakeholders were your students and their parents, and you frequently had to manage things on the fly in the classroom. Talk about times where you worked well with others and solved a problem. If you can do that, many interviewers quickly overlook whatever ageist bias they may have because they are not hiring a warm body like school districts do. They are hiring a living and breathing human being. When it comes down to it, you probably will experience some ageism, like I said. You will. It is practically a foregone conclusion because that is just how businesses work, especially the tech industry, who usually look for hip younger employees. Overall, though, just because they are looking for fresh blood and ideas doesn't mean that the person they are looking for to provide them is younger. You have a wealth of experience to draw from. Don't sell yourself short. I know saying this doesn't help you get a job any faster, I know. But keep in mind that you left teaching to get away from disrespect, drama, and feeling as if you couldn't commit yourself to being the best person you could be anymore. If you ever get serious ageist vibes while reading job postings or during interviews, you might want to just back out of consideration for that reason. You deserve to be treated with respect and seen as an asset, not discounted for no good reason. Focus on what you can control and use the strategies I just mentioned to focus the interviewer on your skills, your personality, and what really matters. But that's it for today. As always, I am here to help or discuss this further should you ever need it. Hang in there, all right? You'll get there. See you next time.